Hello there guys, we are back on the Ducati game. We've got a couple of stages still to unlock. So we have the modern era, and then I can't remember what the other one's called, like Great Races or something. But I got a shitload of stars doing that championship last time, didn't I? And that was all on the same bike, and I wanted to try out all the bikes. So I kind of don't want to do that again. I'm going to avoid any of the tournaments. Because you are confined to the same bike all the way through. So we're just going to do single races, and I'm going to go on something different to what I have before. I quite like the challenge of taming something that's a little bit more powerful. We always do alright in this one, don't we? So I might have a crack at that. Although I'm still struggling on that big long round bend. What else we got? Should we try a track that we ain't done yet? If there is one that we've not done yet. I'm not sure. Really not sure. We haven't done Donington Park, so we might have a crack on this. So we've got a couple of options on the bikes on here. I might have a crack at that. Let's see how we get on. I reckon this is going to be a little bit difficult for me to handle, but we'll see how we get on. How do you even pronounce it? The Desmo Sedisi RR Race Replica 2006. Come on then. I'll go and shut the door because I can hear Carol's meeting. And she can probably hear me. Also just noticed I've made coffee because the machine's got coffee in, but it's been there for over 2 hours because it's turned itself off. So I'm going to go and get myself a cup and get myself a coffee. It's still hot, but I've turned it back on. Right then, let's see what we can do on this, whatever it was called. The Ducati Desmond Tutu RR. It looks nice. Sorry about that, I just slammed into the mic. I've been trying different mic positions. Because my steering wheel, my mic is on like a stand with a tripod with obviously 3 legs. And it sort of gets in the way. I want one of those scissor arm sort of things so I can clamp my mic onto something and then just pull it down from the sky. That's what I need. I'm going to have to buy one then. Right, let's pop my coffee down. And let's go. Let's have some volume. Can't bother to get my headphones. They're not within reach. I've already fanned around getting me coffee. Let's race. Oh, that looks like a very powerful machine. You have to be nice and gentle. Will it pop the front end? Yes, it will. I did try this bike before, didn't I? But I'm pretty sure I did anyway. But I was absolutely useless on it. Yeah, I reckon when I first came into the noughties, this was possibly the second bike I tried. After easing myself in gently. Right, we only need 2 more stars to unlock the next section of the track. So I don't mind only getting 1 star and then having a little bit of a go on a couple of different machines. I don't even mind getting no stars, so I can just have a little bit of a test on various bikes before we move into a new era. Oh, go on. So yeah, that's okay. I don't mind if we don't win. Where did they go? The clouds are very pretty in this game, aren't they? I mean, it's always that. It's just like one photo of the sky, but it's very pretty. It's a very pretty sky. It doesn't really do anything, but it is pretty. Let's get on these brakes. I'm going to stick with this game until I've completed it now, before going back to Rossi. Oh shit! And then I'll have a crack on Rossi. I did say I was going to download Ride 1, but I'm not going to, because the version that's like £3 doesn't include all of the additional bike packs and stuff, and they're not on offer. And I've got Ride 3 anyway. I have got Ride 1, but it's on a disc and I haven't got a clue where it is. It's probably in England. But so yeah, I was going to buy it, and then I thought, fuck it, I've got Ride 3. I'm just going to reset Ride 3 and start that again. This is a powerful machine. Right, we're just having a little bit of practice at this stage. We're not bothered about being able to catch up with them or anything. We're just having a go. We're getting used to the power, easing ourselves in gently before we do a proper race. Very hard not to wheelie. Right, are we catching him up? So 13.735. Oops. Well, we're not going to now, are we? So we've just really messed that up. My coffee machine's making some weird noises. Can you hear it? It sounds like someone banging the window. But that might be someone banging the window. Oh no, we're not catching him up. We've 5.5 seconds. But I did do a lot of fannying around when I said it. You know how long you can hold a wheelie for on this game? I imagine people with greater dexterity of finger than me can hold it for a long time. Where's the track? I'm not sure which way I'm supposed to go. Oh no, I chose the wrong option. Right, let's restart now. We've had a little bit of a go. We'll have a bit of coffee. We'll restart. I think I'm going to struggle on this bike. It's very, very hard to handle. But that's nice, isn't it? It's a nice challenge. I'm tempted to turn anti-wheelie on just a little bit. But nah, that ain't going to happen. It's more fun. Right, so we're now on the big boys. And we have the bike at its optimum settings of difficulty. It is a beast. It's so hard to not have the front end up in the sky. There we go, got my finger down now. It took me a while, I got it down in the end. Now, your front wheel certainly doesn't spend much time on the floor. Your tyres will last a long time, that's for sure. Not necessarily the back one, but certainly the front one. Yeah, coffee machine's making some really weird noises. I might have to investigate that in a bit. Oh dear. Coffee. This is preparing me for getting back into MotoGP, isn't it? Because their bikes are twitchy as fuck as well. Ridiculously more powerful than I can control with a controller. I think it'd be easier if I had like proper handlebars with a proper throttle on them. Oh, I've got to buy one of them. I'm pretty sure you can get them, but yeah, I've got to get one. I don't know whether the games support them or not. They should do, shouldn't they? But it'd be really fucking annoying if I spend a lot of money on a set of handlebars and then my go-to motorcycling racing games don't support them. It'd be good to have one of the, you know when you're in an arcade and the motorcycle racing games where you've got to sit on the bike and you do actually lean side to side. It'd be good to have one of them. That'd be pretty fucking awesome. Because you don't really turn much on a motorbike, do you? You don't really turn the handlebars that much, really. You tend to just lean. In fact, you turn the other way most of the time. You turn away from what you're going to do and it makes the bike lean, and then the lean of the bike makes you turn. You don't really turn the handlebars in the direction you want to go very often at all, unless you're going very slow. But yeah, if you've got like an actual like half a bike in my living room, Carol would love it. Right, I've been talking to her about turning this room I'm in now into like a gaming room. And it's a spare room anyway. There was nothing in it before I started isolating it in here. We've just got some furniture in here that we're looking after for Carol's cousin, because he went to Mexico for a few months. But he's back now actually, but he doesn't want he wants us to carry on looking after his furniture because he's come back and he'd left his job and now he ain't got one. So he's stopping at his mum's for a bit until he gets another job. So we're still looking after all of his furniture from his old flat. But that's what's in this room. So it was just a storage room, but I've turned it into my isolation chamber. I've put the big TV in here, and obviously the Xbox and the steering wheel and what have you. But I'm thinking this would be like, it's quite a cosy room as well. This is, it's quite small, and it's quite cosy. It's quite warm because the sun warms it up through the day with the position of the window. But it has got a blackout blind, which is quite handy for when you're playing on games. But it is a cosy little room that gets nice and warm, and it's a good little, you know, it feels like a little retreat. So I want to turn it into my game room. And I don't know whether you guys know this or not, because I was telling you, but it was on the video that cut off. But there's a lot of sales going on in Columbia at the moment, like online sales of electronics and stuff, because no one's buying them because of the virus. So food is just gone really expensive everywhere here. So we order food and it costs a fucking fortune. But electronics have gone down. So I've bought a new phone. But I was looking at this TV and it's like 60% discount. And it's 72 fucking inch. I think I did tell you this. I don't think it was on the video that didn't work. I think it was on a different one. But maybe you don't watch all my videos, so you don't get all my gossip. But anyway, it's 72-inch TV, and it comes to roughly about £500. What's that? $450-ish, maybe. I don't know. But it's a couple of million, about 3 million peso. But yeah, it's about £500, £550 maybe, something like that, for a 72-inch decent processor as well. So the apps would load pretty quickly, which is a bit crap when the TV apps don't load quick. Yeah, I was thinking about buying that. That sounds good. I like the sound of a 72-inch telly. Inches away from my steering wheel. That sounds very nice. This one is 65-inch, and I consider it to be fucking massive. That's big, I think. I'm not used to a 65-inch TV. It still feels big, but the 72, that'll be lovely. So yeah, I want a piece of that. I'm thinking about buying it. I was actually doing some online shopping, just normal grocery stuff, and when I loaded up the website it got a few adverts on it for different bits and bobs, so the TV distracted me from doing some shopping, so I didn't buy any food, but I bought the phone that was also cheap. Right then, we came last on that bike because it's too powerful for us, but we got to experience it. We got a little bit better at handling it compared to before. How far behind were we? Holy shit. That's not good. So yeah, I bought a new phone. That should arrive tomorrow, I hope. And also, I am tempted to buy the telly. I really am. I ain't bought it yet. It probably won't be on offer when I go to buy it. But Carol thinks we've got too many tellies. 2 people live here, and we have only 3. Yeah, we've only got 3 TVs. Got one in the bedroom, one in this room, and one in my office. That's it. That's not loads, is it? I don't think that's too many. Just having a bit of coffee. Right, let's try another bike. Should we do Donington again with the other one? See what this. Have we done this bike yet? Don't know if we have or not. This, I should win this now because I will be a lot better at handling this bike having just been on that one, because this bike's obviously going to be easier to control. While it's loading, I shall just refill my coffee again. I think I ain't put enough water in. It looks like tar. It's nice tasting tar. Right, come on then. We're going to get a medal this time. Oh, I do like the front of this bike. Look at that at the front. It's like the little Italian flag just there between the lights. That's lovely. Nice little touch, that. Don't like the back end though. It looks... Get out of the way. It looks a bit like a wasp. This is much easier than the last one. Not promising we're going to get a medal though, because they are getting away from me a little bit. But I don't think we're going to lose by 17 seconds this time. I love all that little twitchiness, it's so good. The Pro Physics make games much, much nicer, they really do. On bike games, particularly. When the bike sketches out, especially when your rider sort of like comes off a little bit, goes over the handlebars or sort of does a little jog alongside and then gets back on. I mean, no games really do that, do they? On a car game, your driver don't get out and run along the side for a bit and get back in. That's only really a thing that can happen on a bike game. And it's nice, I really like it. When it looks like they're going to fall off, but they don't. Keep the front fucking wheel down. I've constantly got my thumb pushed up on the stick. That makes it difficult to steer, I think. I think that causes problems. Should have rewound that, shouldn't I? Yeah, when you have to push forward all the time to try and keep your front end on the floor, it does make it a lot more difficult to actually steer the bike. It's like you're rotating the thumbstick around a curve at the top of the controller, as opposed to just moving it left and right. Keep forgetting I've got back brakes, I have to remember that. We're going to do a couple of attempts on this so we can get used to the bike on this one. I'm going to go all the way to the end though. Quite curious to see how far behind I am once I've finished compared to the previous bike. A little bit too much back brake there, started to skid around the corner. Happy that I've done this little playthrough on this and Rossi. It's made me really get back into the bike games again. I do like them quite a lot, but I mean, I've been playing the Isle of Man TT, and I got into Isle of Man TT2. I've been doing the career on there, and the game is such a disappointment compared to the first one. There's so many things on it that are really fucking annoying compared to the first game, that it kind of put me off a bit. And then I was trying to get into MotoGP 2019, which is very difficult, like very difficult, especially if you don't know the tracks. And that's kind of put me off. And now Rossi and this have proper got me back into it, especially this. This just, I've said it so many times, but the thing that sums up this game is it feels nice, it's pleasant. Especially some of the other tracks, especially like around Wales and whatnot, not so much Donington Park, but some of the other tracks that are out in the streets just feel like you're out with your mates. I don't know if it's because we're all wearing the same outfit or what, but it just does. It feels like a nice, it feels like you've gone out with your mates on a Sunday afternoon, and for some bizarre reason there are no cars anywhere, and you get to have a nice ride with your mates on your bike. That's how this game feels, and that is a very nice feeling. It really is. It doesn't feel competitive, it just feels pleasant, and yeah, I like it a lot. And And once I've done these two, I am going to crack on with ride 3. I'm going to delete all of my progress on ride 3 and start that again, and get back into that, and then slowly work my way up to MotoGP 2019 and do my career on there. I ain't bought 2020 yet. I've read all the reviews and I think it's got some problems that they need to fix. So I'm kind of hoping that it gets a couple of updates and they fix some of the issues that a few of the people have mentioned on the reviews. See, stuff like that's lovely, and then I'll buy it. But you know, I've barely played 2019, so it's a bit pointless buying 2020, because as soon as I buy 2020, I'm not going to go back to 2019, am I? So I want to play that first. Right, so how far behind were we then? Less than 17 seconds, do you think? We're going to be doing it again, but I want to see where we are on the board. Whoa! Okay, that's not good. Right, let's try again then. Let's see what we could do. And I have lowered the setting to hard, so that's a bit embarrassing, really. Let's go! So hard to keep that front wheel down, it really is. Ooh, I nearly missed that corner then. There is some power on this bike. Oh, I haven't done the tricolor yet, have I? What do you call it? Monster. I definitely want to have a crack in that. It is more powerful than the other Monster that I've already done. So it is going to be a bit more of a handful, but not as much as this. It's not going to be as crazy as this, but yeah, that's definitely something that I want to have a go on. And I did say, when I unlocked it, I said, yeah, that's the one I'm going to go for first, and I haven't done it yet. So after this race, we'll have a crack on the Tricolour Monster, see how we get on with that. It won't be as twitchy as this at all. We're really going to have to push this a lot more if we expect to place anything other than last. Going slow is very difficult on a motorbike game. What happened to the dude behind us? Look at the minimap, he's miles behind us. I don't know whether he fell off or what, but he is pretty far back. Thought I'd give him the opportunity to catch up by taking a corner really, really badly. Where is he? Let's have a look. Oh, there's a couple of them. There's two of them behind me. Oh yeah, I'm 14th. Of course there is. Maybe they crashed into each other, knocked each other off. Because no one else is that far back. I'm focused. I am focused. This is difficult, man, it really is. I think I'll stand much better chance on the Monster to get at least 1 star. Hello boys. Being surrounded. Oh, I've overshot corner, I'll do a little rewind. Have a little bit of coffee. There we go. Right, let's get on them brakes then. I got distracted by this this gang that surrounded me. Look at that, so nice how they have a little look. Did you see that? Dude just he lifted up his arm and had a little look at me as he went past. That's a beautiful touch, that is. I've never noticed another game do that. I don't know if it does or not, but I've not noticed it before. But that is a nice touch. Alright, we're going to come last again. The game has suddenly got very hard. I'm glad I lowered the difficulty setting because we would have had no chance on top setting on this this era of bikes. You can see the raw power. Every time I touch the controls and do anything, the bike reacts. It's just, it is a beast. It really is. Every time I rewind, I try and rotate the camera to have a look at my bike, but you can't. You know, that's something that you can do on most games, but you can't on this. I miss that. I like looking at the different angles of me falling off and stuff. Right, last rewind. We'll go from here. That's probably not enough. I'm not doing very well at all. Right, there we go. I don't think I was 16, 17 seconds behind that time, but only because those two guys were so far behind everybody else. Let's have a look on the board, see how far behind we are. 13, that's a significant improvement over the previous attempt. They were 9 seconds down, look. Big gap, 4-second gap. Right, we're gonna have a go on the monster. I prefer this one. I much prefer the look of this monster over the old one. Not necessarily the exhaust. I like the old exhaust better than the new exhaust, but I just think the bike looks good this colour. It really does. It is a very, very nice looking bike. It's just got a nice balance. The weight is nice. It's like it's got quite a chunky front end with the fuel tank and the headlight, and also being able to see some of the frame as well. Naked bikes are so much nicer. So we need one that's going to let me use the monster, basically. Oh, that one there then. That'll do. Yeah, it's got a really, really chunky fuel tank, and then that big round light. It's got a nice weight to it. It's a really nicely made bike, it really is. Very nice bike. I think Triumph make a few bikes that are nicely weighted like this, but then they fuck up the back end. It's like quite a few Triumph bikes. You look at the back end, and it looks like the back end of like a articulated lorry. Because the way they do their back mud guards and the way they do the registration plates and stuff, it's just too wide, and then it ruins the entire balance of the bike. This is balanced nice, it just looks nice. Yeah, very beautiful bike. Tempted to have a little look in the showroom, zoom in and move around it, but now we're just going to ride the damn beast. Over 150,000 models have been sold. Wow, didn't think it was that popular. But yeah, I like this version, I really do. It just looks nice, don't it? Right, Right then, let's enjoy the sensation of riding this beautiful bike. It's not very nice from that angle, it looks too small at the front. From the side it looks a lot better. Oh no, it's one of these. We're not very good at these. I expected just a normal race. Oh, that's annoying. Well, we'll see how we get on. Out of the way, mates. Oh god! Oh, that was so close. He's not that far away, is he? And we've got like a minute left before we've dropped down from gold to silver. So we might do this. Oh, this is a sharp corner here, and I've messed it up. I was paying too much attention to the clock. Oh, I was going to rotate the camera to look at the bike, but I can't. Oh, that's so mean. I wonder if you can when it's just on pause. No. Oh, I'm not very good at this corner. At least you can get the power down on this bike without the bike jumping all over the place. It's incredibly stable to ride. Makes it very easy compared to what we've just been on, which is a fucking nightmare. But it is more of a road bike, isn't it? It's not really a race bike, it's a road bike. Oh, hello, he's fallen off. Oh, there we go then, that's easy. And we've got gold because he smashed into somebody. I reckon we would have had him anyway, you know, I really do. But there we go, 3 gold stars, and we have opened a new era thanks to the monster. Yeah, I'm not keen on the little the visor, the little bit of fairing around the light and stuff. The rest of the bike, the naked part, is beautiful. The tank's beautiful, but just that little bit is not quite right. It's a little bit too flimsy. If they took the forks, the headlight and the handlebars and all that off the old monster and put it on the back end of this one, that would be a nice bike. Well, we didn't expect that, did we? I weren't expecting him to crash, that's for sure. What's next? Oh, what's next? We're in the modern era. I can't even think of what Ducatis are new that are going to be in here. Oh, look at that. Look at the exhaust. Oh man, I don't like the headlight. I don't like that. I prefer when it's more rounded than that swept back look, but the rest of the bike, holy shit. Especially the exhaust. There we go, we've got a couple of colour options for it. This is nice, but a little bit too angular at the front. They're starting to get a bit waspy. This is nice. We like that quite a lot. What else we got? We got this. Not so keen on that. Oh, we've got a new monster. That is a beast of a machine, but it looks like somebody's cut its head off. It's got to be said. It really has to be said that it looks like something is missing. But that, I mean, they took away that fairing that I don't really like on the tricolour. I hope there's more, I hope there's more. Every time I push the button, I'm thinking, please give me more, please give me more. The Scrambler. This is, someone's got one of these in the comments. I can't remember your name, but you've got the Scrambler, the 300. It's not this one, is it? You've got the newer version. Is yours the 300S or something? But it's very similar looking for this. So I think you said you got the Scrambler 300S, if that's right. Even if that's a bike, I don't know. But it's like this one, but it's got a little twin exhaust at the back. But it's a really, really pretty bike anyway. The Scrambler full for all. But yeah, it's slightly newer. But I think the one that you've said you've got is quite similar to these. You'll have to tell me in the comments if you're watching this video. But yeah, it's got the twin exhaust rather than the single, more like that one, but it's bigger and goes up the back. It's more towards the top of the wheel. It's a really nice looking bike. It's a naked bike as well, so you can see the frame a lot more than you can on these. So if you look at the Monster, let's get back to the Monster. I mean, the way that you can see the frame there, it's a bit more like that. But it's a different line. I'm pretty sure you said you've got that. But not this one, a newer one. Anyway, let's progress. I think I might have a crack on that scrambler. The modern era. Oh, yes. Right, we need 14 stars for the next one, but we've got to have a crack on quite a few of the bikes in here, so we don't want to be doing any tournaments and championships and things where we get 9 stars and we only get to experience one of these machines. We just want to be going through gradually. Let's have a look what bikes we've got then. Should we have a crack on here, on the carbon? Look at it. This should be alright. It's a very long bike, isn't it? It's like, if you look at the middle and ignore the wheels, it's a normal motorbike, and then the wheels are extended out the front and the back. It's going to be quite stable. It's not too powerful, so we're going to be alright on here. I'm going to go for the red option. Yeah, I reckon we're going to be alright on this. It's got a fucking long wheelbase. Ah, that's why, because it's the American passion for cruisers. That's why it's the way it is. But yeah, I imagine looking at it, it looks like it's going to be a very stable machine, doesn't it? See what we've got then. I didn't even notice what we're on or anything. Is it normal race? Yeah, it's a normal race. Look at the fucking size of it. That is massive. You ain't bloody popping the front end on this, that's for sure. That is a big bike. Don't like the reg plate being where it is. Oh shit. That's a bit weird, isn't it? That reg plate hanging out the back there with that tiny little mudguard on it. That doesn't need to be there. I think that's probably more for safety than anything else, because the wheel sticks out so much. Let's have a little look at it. Look at it. Look at the back, the where the reg plate would be and the back mudguard. That's a bit weird. Yeah, but that's it's got to be for safety, isn't it? There's too much back wheel hanging out the bike. But the exhaust is beautiful. It looks like a tuba. That curl on the front of the exhaust. That is absolutely beautiful. The tank looks like it's material. Look at the black underneath the Ducati writing. I mean, it don't look like carbon fibre or anything. That looks like material. What a bike. What a fucking bike. Oh, hello. You fiddle with your gloves while I'm looking at the bike. Nice little animation there. That's a good touch. I wonder if he'll check his watch if I carry on doing this. Well, I don't think we need to practice on this. I reckon this bike is stable enough for us to just get in there and compete from the off. So here we go. Right, let's see what we can do. We ain't worried about the front end. I'll try and pop the front end and see what we can get out of it. Nope. Oh, yeah, we've got it up. Right, the bike is powerful enough to lift itself, even though it weighs a fucking ton and it's about a mile long. You can pop the front end. But you have to lean back and you have to have full throttle. Jesus Christ, you do that on anything else and the bike's just going to do a cartwheel. I now feel like an Hells Angels gang. Look at them. Look at the thickness of those back tyres. I didn't realise there was so many Ducatis, I really didn't. I mean, we've got a lovely variation of bikes in this game, considering they're all from the same manufacturer. You know, not a nice, different range of bikes, and very, very different handling as well. So that's nice. But you can most definitely, on every stage, like all the eras that we've gone through, you can choose a bike which is quite easy to handle and it's quite easy to... Oh, mate, that looked painful. Oh, dear. That was nice. So yeah, on every era that we've gone through, you can select a bike which is quite easy to handle, or you can select a bike which is a fucking nightmare to handle. So there's something for everybody in this. And I do think that now we've got up to the modern era, and there are bikes that are quite difficult to control. The settings of the game are not too easy, whereas previously I did think that even the top setting was a little bit too easy. It probably still is for people that are good, but it's alright for me. Alright, we are definitely going to get a star out of this. We just need to catch up with these two dudes. That was a mistake there. That's messed us up a little bit on this big long straight. But we're going to catch them. We are going to catch these guys. We're going to be taking 3 stars out of this race. Oh, I've messed up the corner because I was looking at the bloody clock. Oh, every single time I try and rotate the camera to look at the bike, and I've got to learn that it doesn't let you. I miss that quite a lot. Go on, go on, go on. Don't let them get away. Oh, I've messed that up. Come on. I still think I can catch them up. They're not really pulling away from me, even though I'm making loads of mistakes. It's only 2 seconds as well. As long as I stop making mistakes, I'm pretty sure I can catch these. We've got 2 laps. And they do take this bit quite slow, and it seems like the AI are really struggling on this this section here by the mountain, so who knows, they might fall off. I'm going to close them down a bit on this bend here. I think they're going to brake too much on this, and we're not, so yes, there we go, that's what we expected. It looks a bit like that guy on the left is holding on to the other guy's bike. Oh, they have fallen off. Oh, and I ran them over. What's going on now? This hasn't happened all the way up until the modern era. And now nobody can handle that corner. Every race we've done so far, someone's fallen off on that part of the track. It's a bit unusual. But it looks like we're going to get 3 stars out of it. And we're going to win by quite some distance. I feel like I've taken the easy option by choosing this bike. I mean, when you looked at it and looked at the stats, it was bloody obvious it was going to be easy to ride, wasn't it? Yeah, I want to have a crack on that scrambler though. And also the new monster. I'll have a crack on there as well. But I think I want to go. Ooh, I think I want to go on something that's a little bit more challenging. So maybe I don't know about the scrambler. It might not be challenging enough. But maybe more than the monster. Yeah, we'll have a crack on the scrambler next and see how we get on with that. There were a few variations of it as well, weren't there? But yeah, we're definitely going to be taking 3 gold medals out of this. Let's try and do this corner properly for a change. Not a bad line, but very, very slow. But we're still miles ahead of them. I do feel like the difficulty setting is too low. But it's all down to the bike. You get yourself on a bike that's hard to handle, and the difficulty setting, I mean, look at me, what, 17 odd seconds behind? And then like probably about 4 seconds in front on this. So 3.2. Thanks for that, good timing. So yeah, it's all down to the bike, it really is. If the bike is difficult, it's only difficult for you, it's not difficult for the AI. But if the bike is easy, it's easy for you, and they seem to crash. So yeah, it's all down to your bike choice, I think. But as I say, the bikes do feel incredibly different, which is good. And also there are some bikes that are easy and some bikes that are hard, which is also good. So you have a lot of variety available to you. And the game still feels like I'm out for a ride with my mates. It really feels like we've gone out on a Sunday afternoon, there ain't no cars around, and we're driving through some beautiful windy roads with lovely scenery. That's what the game feels like, and that is the reason that people buy motorbikes, isn't it? That's what you want. I'll tell you what, there is an absolutely beautiful road. It goes out the south of Bogota, and it goes to a place called La Mesa, which means the table, which is kind of like a flat part of the mountain. It's quite new. It's only been there for maybe, probably less than a year. I mean, they're still doing some part of it, but it's a really amazing road that goes through the Andes. It's very windy, but it's also quite wide, and it's got like a concrete wall on either side of it, so you can't possibly just fly off the mountain. And not a high concrete wall, like it's about waist height, but it would save your life and save you falling off a mountain if you lost control. But the curves are beautiful, and that quite a lot of the road has got 2 lanes on one side and 1 on the other, so it's got a lot of opportunity for overtaking. And then when you get to the other side of the mountain, the 2 lanes switch to the other side. But that is the best road I have seen so far in my life for motorbikes. It's beautiful. Now in La Mesa, we've got some friends that have got like a little holiday villa sort of place there, and we're thinking of buying one there as well. It's a really nice place. It's a little bit warmer than here, but not too warm. It's still quite high altitude, so you don't get many mosquitoes or anything. So it's a really nice place to have a second home. And from Bogota, you can drive there in a couple of hours. So that's pretty good, and you're very quickly out of the city and on your way there as well. But that road is so fucking nice for motorbikes, and every single time we've gone there, we've probably been there about 4 times, so not too many, but every time we have gone, we've seen like a little group of motorcyclists, and there's a guy at the front in like a high-vis jacket, a guy at the back in a high-vis, and then some people in the middle. And it seems like the 2 people on either end are sort of like taking these people on a motorbike riding experience through this road through the Andes. But yeah, if you ever get the opportunity to come to Colombia, find this road. It's between Bogota and La Mesa, and it's absolutely beautiful. It really is. Not only is it nice and wide, and it's got the 2 lanes, so you don't have to worry about traffic or anything like that, but it's also absolutely like super smooth. There's no potholes, there's no bumps, there's no nothing. It's a really new road, and it's very, very good quality, and for a motorbike it's bloody lovely. But yeah, best road I've ever seen for a motorbike, it really is. And it makes me want a bike, but Carol doesn't want me to get one. But yeah, it's absolutely lovely, and the scenery is amazing as well, because you're driving through the Andes. So yeah, that is a really nice road. Anyway, that's enough of that. It's enough wanking over bikes. Let's crack on. Right, what's next in this Ducati family? I've got a hell of a lot more than £3 something worth of pleasure out of this game, has to be said. This is more pleasurable to play than all the other motorbike games that I've been playing, and it's that sensation of going for a ride with your mates. I've never been on another game that has that feeling quite like this game does. It doesn't feel competitive. I mean, when you do the Donington Park track, it doesn't really have that feeling to it, but when you're doing the ones that just seem to be out on some road in some mountain or something, it absolutely has that feeling. The feeling is I'm out with my mates. That's the feeling, and it's just so weird that they've managed to capture that. I don't know whether they realise they have, or whether they even tried to, but absolutely they have captured this sensation of I'm out for a ride with my mates on these beautiful roads in this beautiful scenery. That's how this game feels. That's a really, really astonishing sense of accomplishment to get that. Oh, we've got the Scramblers on the championships. We've got the Monster in here. I don't want to do a championship, but I want to have a crack on the Scramblers. We've got S-Class. Well, we've got A categories probably at the Scramblers. Oh, here we go. So we can do the French Riviera, which is a track that I do quite like, and we can have a crack on the Scrambler. The Street Fighter's on this one. I don't like that track though. So yeah, we're going to go with the Scrambler in here. Right then. I like this this colour. It's really nice, isn't it? Really is nice. That's a nice touch, that is. Works well on a naked bike as well, and especially with that the seat the way it is. In fact, this seat would look good on that bike. It's all about the design, isn't it? Because the bikes have got the same stats. It's just which one do I want? I quite like that. And those two are my favourite, I think. And I like the retro. It's a bit more Scrambler looking, because the mudguard on the front is more like a Scrambler than this. That's not a Scrambler style mudguard at all, but this is. And it's also got the little wire grid over the headlight. And these have got that funny back. I haven't seen that on a bike before, but obviously it's a lot more common than I thought. The weird little mudguard and license plate that's sort of hovering halfway across the wheel, as opposed to something like that. I like the front of that with the back of that, please. And we'll take that reg plate off. That doesn't need to be there. I think it's got to be this one. I really like the little grid over my headlight. So it's got to be that. I like the little red cross as well. We're going for this. Right, considering we can't really look at a bike very much, and they're all exactly the same stats, that took a while to decide. The Scrambler Urban Enduro from 2015. Right, they've got more models, haven't they, now? Because there's newer ones. The wild green colouring and the metal grid over the headlights. That's important. You haven't mentioned that. Right, let's see how we get on with this then. We'll just have a little look at it to begin with. This will be much easier trying. Oh, we've got a denim jacket on. And some brown shoes. Right, we've got changed for the scroll. That's brilliant. And look at his riding position as well. Your arms look a bit weird there, dude. I love the way he's changed his clothes to ride this bike. Everything's different. We've got our turn-up jeans. We've worn them before, but we had them with a leather jacket before. Whereas now we've got them with a denim jacket. That's so good. We've also got a different helmet on as well. Is it an open face? I've got to have a look at it. Is it like a little... Oh, I can't do that, can I? I'm just going to have a look like this. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it'd be an open face. Right, we're gonna have to restart. Oh, like a little piss pot helmet. That'd have been good. That's what it needed. It needed like a little open face helmet and some goggles. That's what this needs. Some Biggles goggles. Look at my jeans and my jacket. Oh, that's such a nice little touch. We've got changed for the Scrambler. This is a really nice bike though, it really is. Look, everyone's got that stupid position. Look at their arms. Look, everyone's got like elastic elbows. My arms look like they're made out of plasticine. My goodness me. Look at him getting his knee down there. No, this is definitely a different... Oh, we've gone too wide. Definitely a different riding style on this, isn't it? Oh, the man with his silly cow horns turned up. Very stable bike, nice and easy, but we expected that, didn't we? It's very easy to ride. The Monster's going to be pretty easy as well, a little bit more aggressive than this, but yeah, it's a stable machine. I like the way... Oh, dearie me. Sorry, mate. I feel bad for scratching their bike if I knock them off. It's so weird, you really do. Respect for these machines. I don't want anyone to fall off, especially not my fault. Well, we are quite far back, but I still think I've got a chance of catching them up. The easier the bike is to ride, the greater difference it is between their skill and your skill. Right, the exact opposite to what I just said, you know what I mean? If the bike's difficult to ride, then the skill level between me and them is massive. If the bike's easy to ride, the skill level between me and them is pretty much nothing, and I can win. But yeah, it is a little bit weird how they seem to be good at riding everything, whereas I'm only good at riding bikes that are easy to handle. But this is a nice bike. See, it's got a bit of attitude to it, it really has. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're doing much towards catching them up, does it? Oh, too much back brake. I'm just going to try from here and stay off the back brake this time. Just a little bit, just to pull it round, that's enough. I really don't feel like I'm playing a game from 4 years ago. It really doesn't. If I jump on MotoGP 2020 after this though, I'll probably be like, holy fucking shit, look at the graphics. But I haven't got it. I'm not, as I said earlier, I'm not buying it until they've fixed it. From what I gather, the bike engine sounds aren't right either. And there's a few things that seem to be wrong with it, so I'll just play 2019. Well, I'll play this, Rossi, Ride 3, then 2019, then I'll buy 2020. Because when I'm ready to play it, it will probably be on Game Pass or cheap on a sale or something. So there's no point in buying it now. I'll buy it when I'm ready to play it. Try and take a different line through here. See if we can get a better exit. No, that's much worse. At least we've got to have a go on the Scrambler. Even if we ain't going to be picking up any more stars on this, so we'll be having a crack on something else next. Not sure what though, we'll have a look at what's available. Maybe the new Monster, or maybe something a little bit more powerful. Look at his arms. Right, let's have a look. I think we'll do one more race, and then that'll be the end of this. And we'll have a look at what bike we want to choose. This bit always takes quite a long time, just to go back into the menu. It's almost like they've got this extra loading screen that's like you've reset the game. Right. We have been on that track, haven't we? Not for a long time, but it's a really nice track. So what is it? Oh, it's the Scrambler again. I might try the Street Fighter, but I don't want to do that track. I don't want to try the Monster because it's too similar to the Scrambler, and we've just done that. So maybe something in the S class. Maybe that. There's too many. There's a lot of bikes that we ain't done yet. I might go for this. Oh no, that is the Monster. This, sorry. Or just any S class, and we'll have a look at that. What's it, the Japanese one? This. Oh, it's Scramblers. That's exactly what I didn't want to do, because we've just done that. Well, that's a very long version of the same track, look. 3 laps of that will take ages. I need the toilet as it is. We'll have to put that one on hold. I want to go in S class. So we've got... yeah, we might take that. That or that. Which one should we take? We'll go for this. Right then, let's have a look at our options. I might have a crack on this actually. Although it does force me to use this bike on one of the tracks. I think that... or maybe this. I'm going to go on this because it's going to be slightly easier to handle, and I'm struggling. Right, what can we do with this then? Probably not a lot, really. I'm probably going to struggle with this bike. It's got a lot of information about it, look, 5 pages. Normally it just has like 3 or 4, don't it? Right, come on then, let's see what we can do. We're back in our levers now, because there's a good chance we're going to fall off and we need this second skin to protect us. Oh, it sounds nice. It sounds very nice. Go on. It's not as bad as I expected it to be. I thought it'd be more difficult to handle than this. It's not that bad. And it sounds really nice. We might have a chance here. Terrible line through there because I didn't expect the corner to do what it did. I should have paid more attention to the mini-map. Yeah, this is alright. This is about the right level of power, I think. I think would have struggled on the other one, but this is not too bad. A couple of messy corners there and we've dropped down into last place, but they're not getting away from me at all, are they? I reckon I can catch them up without having to restart. It's a much better riding position than the one that we had with our plasticine arms on the previous race. That was ridiculous on the scrambler. I can't get around the outside of them, so I'll switch to the inside. There we go. Oh, I've got to remember this corner this time, because that's much better. I thought it was an S shape last time, so I was trying to get right inside, ready to swing my bike out to the left, and it wasn't at all. It was more like a double apex. So yeah, I'd paid no attention whatsoever to the map. I don't know why I got the idea it was an S. I just expected it to be. Better. We went off the trap there last time. Oh, what have I done? Oh, bollocks, I've caught the rewind. Oh, I can cancel it. Oh, bollocks, I've cancelled it and I can't do it again and I've gone all over the place. I've got half a second penalties now. Okay, that was unfortunate. Stay on. Okay, we've dropped back quite a bit. We've got a penalty on the board. We've had some messy riding there from an accidental rewind, and that's changed the outcome of this race quite considerably. I think I had a chance of catching them up and possibly getting in the top end a little bit. They're not really getting that far away from me, and I'm starting to get the hang of this bike a little bit better. We've got one lap left. We'll enjoy this last lap. Oh, I'm going too fast. We're not going to place, we're not going to get any more stars, we'll just enjoy the rest of the race and then we'll call it a day on this video. And we'll get to enjoy the experience of this bike another time. And there's still a few more that I haven't been on yet, so I've got to try them all. I wonder if I'll get some more bikes when it opens the next section. I'm guessing I won't, I think that's it now. I think what the next section is probably just like iconic races from a bygone era, like stretching through all the decades on just you know, various races throughout history. I'm not expecting it to give me any more bikes, but we'll see what happens when we unlock it. But there's quite a few of the bikes I haven't actually touched yet, so I don't really want it to give me any more. We've got plenty to be getting through. I don't think there's anything missing from the lineup. Ah, shit. Oh, my rewind button didn't work. I pressed it. Obviously not hard enough. The rewind's not working. Oh, there it is. It's working now. Maybe it's just dodgy controller. Let's get the front end up a little bit. Ooh, come on. Oh, we need a little bump to help us. Let's get the back end up a little bit. And now the front end up a little bit. There we go. Oh dear! A little bit of a high side there. That was nasty. We're just going to have a little bit of fun until we get to the finish line. I think I can win on that bike, I really do. It's the right level of power to be able to handle it, but it to be a lot of fun. So I definitely think I'm going to have another crack on that one. Probably try something else that's similar, but we'll see how it goes. That's it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.